Good morning, traders. We're back with another episode of Live Trading. As you can hear, Cleo is ecstatic. I know MLGO went crazy. We got more stuff here today. Can't wait to get at it. Great to see everybody. Let's get it rolling.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
All right. Good morning, everybody. I am sorry. My bird is going ham today. You're just going to have to deal with it. There's no way I can get that to stop right now. So I'm really sorry. Anyway, great to see a whole bunch of people back. Welcome. Happy Thursday. First NFL game is tonight. Our first NFL game of the weekend is tonight. Interesting note here. Sure looked like we were going to roll over yet again yesterday, and instead we seem to be getting a little bit of this chop, right? We had yesterday, the day before yesterday, we had an inside green candle. Yesterday, we had an engulfing downside candle, and today it looks like we're trying to bounce. Oh, man, this is crazy. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to do. Okay. So anyway, it looked like the SPY is going to roll over and test some of these downside levels. We'll see if we end up getting that this morning in the pre-market. If we take a look inside the SPY, you can see we're actually starting to bounce here. This is a repeat of yesterday, right? As the SPY started to trade up, I was watching SQQQ. The Qs were also moving with the SPY. I was watching SQQQ, just kept going down and down and down. And then as soon as the market opened, it actually went back into the green. So I think one of the things that I'm going to have to do here with my SQQQ position is I'm going to have to make more of an effort to trade it back and forth instead of just holding it. Because when we get these chop days like this, and I guess I should look at the Qs. When we get these chop days like this, let me zoom in here, where it's just back and forth and you're in a levered product, there's not a whole lot in there. So I should really be trading this back and forth. And I think that's one of the things that I'm going to make an effort to do a little bit better. So as far as the market goes, this is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other stocks that are moving here today. All right, so first one is going to be MLGO, and this is because this was an absolute monster yesterday. Looks like several people held it overnight. Not what I would have done, but if you did, congratulations. Make sure you pay yourself and book those gains. This thing just an absolute monster. When we were talking about this yesterday, it was $4. Right now, it's $14. This was as high as almost $19. So MLGO just absolutely crazy. Let's see if we get a second day run here.
Man, you talking about that stock that we missed?
Mitch, look at it this morning. Look at it.
Man. We could have I could have literally been like, all right, guys, we're taking the whole team to a Detroit trip right now because I made $6,000 yesterday and we need to go on a vacation. But hey, let's see if we can get that money today, right? That's all we can do, man.
Like I was saying yesterday, Mitch, we had this thing completely flagged. We had the trade flagged, we had the ticker flagged, we had everything ready to go. We just got stopped out on some of the price action. It is what it is.
Yeah, it happens, man. We one of the things is at least we were on the stock, right? And we traded it. A matter of 10 minutes made the difference. And that just goes to show us sometimes you also got to be willing to come in and out of stock sometimes. Sometimes you're going to take a hit. And it's okay to get back into the stock. Just understand your risk to return, right? And how that's going to work out. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take over here. I don't know if you're done, Ryan. If you want to continue, you can. But
yeah, I just have a couple of more that I want to mention before I kick it back to you. The other one here is going to be SVFD. This is Save Foods. We're popping here. We actually did get as high as $5. We've really kind of come back into the VWAP, which is great. That's what we really wanted to see here. Save Foods targeting U.S. carbon credit market with majority ownership in newly formed NitroSync Ltd. I'm not sure what that is. That is the PR that is popping the stock here today. This one just is just going to be a technical trade. A couple more. W buy. This one was wild the other day. We might get a bounce here, but be really, really careful. Look at what this is a Singapore stock. And actually, some of the guys in the happy hour that have been doing this for a long time were very, very cautious about Singapore stocks, saying there's a lot of kind of weird games and things like that going on with these. So just be very, very careful. But if you take a look at the range here yesterday, we were above 14. We're 286 here today. Maybe this bounces. Play it at your own risk. Be very, very careful. This is wild. Couple more here. It looks like BNED was popping. LILM was popping. This one's kind of a slow grinder if you trade it. We've traded that one here before. CERE, I believe this was a buyout, right? Let me see if I got the right one here. Yeah, this one was merger and acquisition. I don't know how much is going to be in there. Notice that some of the JetBlue airline here is popping this morning. I noticed that NEO was popping here this morning. Google, Rivian, some of the EV cars. We'll see if that continues. So a lot of stuff going on today. We'll see how it shakes out when it opens.
Yeah, I'm ready to get after it. Of course, I'll be looking at all different types of stocks today, but I'll take control here. I'll put up my trade the pool charts, and
I'll be back.
Ryan will be back, guys. So definitely smash the like. We'll get after it, and Ryan will be here for the open. So let's get ready, guys. This is where you guys come in also. So I'm going to keep up with the chat comments here. You guys keep throwing up stocks that you guys are finding. It's always good to see Gil in the chat. Definitely say hello. And like always, guys, if you guys need to talk to Trade the Pool, want to hear about Trade the Pool or things that they have to offer, well, just take a look. My man Gil's right there for you, right? And Gil's not only there just to go ahead and talk about Trade the Pool. Let's say if you want to talk about some trades that are out there, you'll see that he jumps in there also. Let's take a look at what else is going out in the market. Take a look at Costco. Okay, so you know what? Instead of me looking at stocks, you guys tell me the stocks to look at. Everybody drop a ticker. We can take a look at plenty of stocks. Let's keep it rolling here. Let's go to Costco. So Costco is one that I'm keeping an eye with what? Well, I'd keep an eye with like kind of Walmart, right? And kind of the stocks that trade with it, like BJ. We can take a look at some of those stocks. Let's go ahead. Let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's put like the 2-year so that we can get a little bit of a deeper perspective. Let's change this from manual to auto and hit the daily one more time to kind of fix that up here. And now you can see that we're definitely towards the top end of the range. And we're getting to the point where we're either going to see Walmart come back to the upside, I feel like, or we're going to start to see Costco top out here. So Walmart, was recently just at these highs and was pushing like it wanted to go to 170, then reported and got smacked down. And now it's been hanging out towards the low. And that's a little bit of a sign of concern to me. When I take a look at BJ's wholesales, of course, I actually use BJ's and they're busy. But that doesn't mean that the stock is doing great here. It's actually been pulling back a little bit. I remember I played this for the move above 67, and it's now back down into that 64. So this isn't looking the best. Ali reported earlier in the week. That's not doing the best. We did get DG today, right? That's actually doing interesting today. I'm wondering if we're going to get into this gap fill. So I'd be watching these types of stocks to see what happens, because if they can continue to get love, and especially also Target has been getting some love as of late, see if this stock can kind of push. Maybe we can continue that run in Costco if Target, Dollar General, Dollar Tree really start to keep pushing to the upside. That'd be the only way. But Costco is extended, and it loves to do this big move up and then start making this big move down. So just be careful on that one. Let's keep moving. Like always, you guys call your own levels. Let's take a look at AI. You guys know I'm not the biggest fan of AI. I think eventually this comes back down below $20. So I think it's an opportunity that we've been seeing this rejection in the 31s. We recently went down to 23s. So I think this comes down. And can it do it all today? No, sometimes it's just not that easy. And it's already down massively in pre-market. So I would have to look to see a pop back towards 27 or maybe 27.50s to look for a short there. But I'm not going to jump in on the bottom of this. And for longs, let's say if you get back above 27.50s and make your way to 28, that's really when you start to see that kind of reversal coming back. but I don't like this stock one bit. And I think that they really just don't have a competitive advantage. And that's so important if you're going to be in the AI space. Let's keep it moving with a firm. Next one up. I'm going to try to do as many as possible. You guys out there, especially if I hit your stock or a stock that you guys would be trading, smash the like for me and we'll keep it moving here. A firm has been making big moves up as of late, and I feel like this is where you're starting to see some stocks kind of really push. And this is where we can start looking for other stocks to make a move like this. Maybe Upstart makes a move like this, right? You guys see that a lot of volume in it yesterday, kind of pushed, pulling back. I'd keep my eye on names like this, right? Because if we can have another run in Q4, then it could be risk on and we can start to see these stocks really start to climb. So I would keep an eye on this. ARKK names fall under this all day. And I think I'll be watching to see if any of these want to make a big move. Let's keep it going with Caesars here. I'm just going down the list, guys, trying to do as many names as possible. And C3 AI is hard to borrow, not on Trade the Pool. That's the difference, guys. Key example here, why Trade the Pool can be easier for you. You don't have to go through this issue of the hard to borrow. So just mentioning that. Let's keep going. Let's go to that Caesars Entertainment. This is pulling back. And this is going to be more, I think, of a matter if you feel that we're going to go into a recession, that the consumer's slowing down, then you're not taking this long. But if you feel like a lot of people maybe have this wrong, and we keep going with this kind of Goldilocks scenario, soft landing, and that we're not going to go into recession, that the economy will be strong next year, then this is a play that you could be watching for that upside action. Caesars, I actually kind of like the way that Wynn trades a little bit more than Caesars, but I can't blame you for taking a look at these. They've been on a nice retracement. They have some volume coming in the recent days. I think you just need to start seeing a little bit of a turnaround. Let's take a look on the inside for kind of the hourly chart. So let's go into the hourly, zoom back a little bit here. And I can see that, yeah, you've been trying to make a move back above 47. Multiple times you've tried to get up there. You haven't been able to break through the 47. So let's see if we can recover 45 today. That's the level I'd be looking to see it recover, then start to try to get back there to 47. Doesn't look too bad. Something that I'd keep an eye out, but nothing that stands out to me right now. And I feel like we will go into recession. So, of course, I'm not in that camp. And Starbucks. Well, what can I say about Starbucks, Eldon, that doesn't this say enough? You see it there, baby. Starbucks indeed, guys. You know I had to start my day with a little bit of Starbucks. Nice little caramel macchiato. It was pretty busy this morning. Not so busy because, of course, I was there like at 5 a.m. But Starbucks, not a bad stock to look here. I was talking about this yesterday to see if this could start making the lift. And look what happened yesterday. Nice little move later in the day towards like 11 and 12. This is one that I'm definitely looking at. I was talking about this because it had pulled back on the daily, filled this gap, and now starting to bounce back. This is one that I could watch on the radar. And I'm going to be looking to see if this can make a move today and really start pushing back towards 98s, 99, and maybe even gets back to 100. So not a bad one to keep your eyes open for. Starbucks here. All right, GME, you really want to take a look at this? I mean, it doesn't look good. I think this continues to go down. In the long run, I've said it before, GameStop will not exist in 5 years, guys. It'll be gone. Bye-bye. Apes, you guys can call me. You know where to find me. But, yeah, GameStop, I don't like it here. Bad earnings. It probably keeps coming down. Joel said warning candle on that Affirm yesterday. And yeah, with momentum names, they crack, right? They do these big pullbacks. You got to be careful with catching momentum names after a rip, right? Like going to Affirm today doesn't kind of make the biggest sense. And so you have to be careful. You can rent it, but holding like a swing and taking a position where you're letting it break through supports right now is not the move. If I was in at 25, that's a little different. I've seen this run and I'll let some pullback happen. But right now, if I'm getting in here and trying to see this go back to 40 and I see it break through the support, I got to get out. So be careful getting caught on a name like that. All right, let's take a look. We'll be watching to see what happens, Eldon. You let me know if you see that one moving. Riot crypto stocks in general. Let's take a look at that. Mitch bought Starbucks for the office. Stock goes up. You know it. You know it, Sydney. We'll get after it. Mitch, it will be gone much earlier than 5 years. Yeah. The real thing is we all know how gaming works nowadays, right? It's on cloud. When you buy games, you can just download them. And yes, this does require like a bigger hard drive and things like that. But in the future, there's no reason for games to be creating these discs. They can just put it on the cloud and save in a lot of expenses, right? Like there's so much expenses that go into doing that I think they'll just cut that out as a whole, and you won't even need a CD anymore. You'll just download it. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. Let's go. Let's do this, guys. We got what? Still about 6 minutes before the bell. Man, I'm covering a lot today. Let's get after it. Let's go into Tesla, the Tesla Dragon. Can I slay this bad boy today? Let's see. I'm going to be watching today to see what happens with this. I think it could still ride up because I still see a nice technology run into the end of the year. So I'm going to be watching to see if the techs can run today. I'll be watching the Qs. The Qs are already taking off here. Microsoft already starting to get a nice little up move. We'll look to see if I can play NVIDIA to the upside. I know I got caught on that yesterday. That doesn't mean that I had to get caught on it today. I could still look at this stock to kind of get a lift. AMD, definitely in play, guys. Yesterday, we were looking at this. This reversed back up to 120. Intel on the radar. So all these tech names, they're definitely going to be on the watch. Tesla, I don't like it going into next year, but can we get one more run to 250? It's still in play. We'll have to wait and find out. All right, let's keep going, guys. Hit the like. I'm going through as many stocks as I can for you guys out there, and we'll keep watching. Yano Mitch, there's no reason to buy vinyl LP. Folks are doing it all the time. Yeah. To tell you the truth, I'm still one of those folks. I got some vinyls too, man. And it's nostalgic, but that's the truth. I don't think there's gonna be nostalgia though for CDs and games, but we'll see. Hit the like, Google with a nice move. Yeah, Jay, that's really getting hot. And of course, they got their new AI. So that could be what lifts the market today. It's already pushing strong. Of course, I can't take this move now. This has been moving since last night. So I'll be watching to see what happens there. But maybe Soxel plays a little bit of catch up. So, of course, if we're talking the semiconductor names, we can look at this kind of day trading vehicle, and you can already see how it's starting to make a move. I'll be looking for pullbacks, let's say back towards 2180s or 2175s. If I can get these quick little moves down, I don't mind trying to get it for the next rip. So we'll have to wait to find out what happens there. 3 vinyl stores in the district. Hey, got to go after it. Wow, Domino's stock's almost $400. The pizza's $6.99. Yeah, it's crazy sometimes these stocks. It's just how it is, right? I mean, let's go to Domino's. Domino's ticker, man. Why am I drawing a blank on Domino's? What's the ticker, guys? Come on, somebody help me out here. Domino's, I look at it all the time. Is DPZ. DPZ. Come on, Mitch. You know this. Let's take a look at DPZ, and then we could take a look at pizza, right? Come on, think pizza, bro. Domino's Pizza pulling back. I mean, this is a type of company that comes up and down, right? Like it's made this move trying to go through 400 for a while. It just recently broke through 400, went all the way up to 404.68. It's pulling back now, holding the 390s yesterday. If we can hold that 390 look today and start making our way to 400, it really doesn't look bad to test back to 402.50s. So I like this one today. I can keep it on the radar. We'll see if we can get back above, let's say, going towards 397, 396 right out the gates, then start looking for some pullback. But be careful because the spread will widen up with dominoes. So you got to keep that in mind. I see you guys out there. You guys got me. Pizza, of course. That's Papa John's. What do you guys like more in the chat? Let me know. Is it Papa John's pizza or is it Domino's pizza that gets your attention? Let me know out there, team. All right, let's take a look at what else is out there. PayPal. That's definitely something to take a look at. PayPal. Let's go to it. PayPal has been trying to play catch up to Square, and I kind of like this. I think it just kind of struggled. I was looking at this stock yesterday, and I wanted to see kind of this start to actually break above the 60s. And right now, we're kind of setting up for that move, right? I mean, we pulled back. We've made a couple runs, up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. I'm going to look for a little bit of a quick decline towards, let's say, 58.25s, and then look for this to come back through 59. When it comes back through 59, I want to watch it for a 60 break. So if Square can continue doing well, PayPal is one that I'll keep on the radar. And just to mention a different name in this space that Kathy Wood even is betting on, which is Toast. I kind of like this one. I think this one might have bottomed, and this one might actually be a better play than PayPal and Square. We'll have to see what happens. Toast, it's definitely an interesting company for me, and I feel like it gets bottomed out here and it could fill this gap. And we've seen a lot of gap fills lately, so let it hold 15 today. Get through 1550, close up towards like 16, and I'm looking really good in Toast. Get your toast, baby. There's the pizza. There's the pizza love. I wanted to see what happened. Papa. All right, Papa. Marco's Pizza. That's not bad. I like their calzones. That's not the worst. Homemade. That's the real thing. That's where it's at. I think I forgot who is it that has a pizza oven. I'm not sure if it's Ryan that has a pizza oven. I think he does. Pizza. All right, guys. Costco pizza. Okay. I can't blame you. Got to pick up the Costco pizza on your way out. I know I pick up those pizzas all the time. Got to get it when you can, man. Sam's has a good pizza also. Celsius is starting to show up in some of the Pepsi-related prop. Yeah, I think Celsius is definitely a company you guys got to keep an eye out. And has anyone had Uno's Pizza? Me, Judge, I love Uno's Pizza. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deep dish style, Chicago-style pizza. You can't go wrong. All right, guys, it's 9:30. Let's get after it. Let's see what we can trade today. What will make the move? MLGO, man, that is insane that it's trading up there. This one might come right back down, though. I think that was a little bit of an expansion move. But like always, this one was up in the pre-market all the way to 18. So be careful out there, traders. We'll see what happens on this one today. All right, guys, I'm going to be looking around. If you guys see any names that you guys see moving, let me know. I'm watching for it. Yes, Uno. Can't go wrong. You see the chat like that one. All right, let's take a look around. Let's see what we're finding here in the queues. What's leading the queues? Of course, it was already hot before, so I'm looking to see what's hot right out the gates. Meta. I see Airbnb up, and Airbnb is doing well, guys. So that's actually a good looking stock there. On semiconductor, has a gap fill above it. So gap fill plays have been interesting. Apple, VRTX getting a little bit of a push there. Lulu, we'll see if that can continue in the strength. Gilead has been hot as of late. That's looking good. Amazon was one that was really hot this morning. And starting the day not looking too bad here. Starting to get a little bit of a push. Starbucks, of course, we talked about that one. Let's see if this one can decline to yesterday's resistance right around, let's say, 97, 97.10s, 97.20s, then start making the move to 98. It doesn't look too bad here right out the gates.
Starbucks, back, by the way, Mitch. Boo. Real quick on Starbucks, I'm going to flip over to my chart here. Starbucks had a really crispy bounce right off the 500-day moving average, which also happened to line up with the 0.786 fib retracement level. So I would say that Starbucks, you might have, I mean, maybe it stops here at the 100-day, which I've got at 97.73. Next spot up there, 99.5. So Starbucks, you got $2 above where we're at right now, if that continues. Shout out to 13, who's been trading that one.
Yeah, I was looking at it yesterday. It looked really nice for that reversal, so it still looks good today. MLGO, man, what do we do with this one today? This is a hard one. I'm thinking about shorting it, but man, it's a hard short. There, it just got smacked in a second.
I mean, it's wild right now, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was at 1420s, and in 1 millisecond, it was down below 13. Literally less than a millisecond. that will do it to you. That's a hard one, man. What about Sarah? I know that one didn't do as great of a close yesterday. It's actually pulling back and holding pretty decently today. Doesn't look too bad. I don't know how you guys feel about that, Sarah.
That was wild yesterday.
Yeah, it didn't have the best closing action, but the hourly is going kind of like starting to slow down.
SVFD.
We'll see. I'm looking around, team. If you guys see anything, let me know. SVFD, I see it mentioned in the chat multiple times.
SVFD trading up.
Too.
SVFD.
JetBlue showing up on my scanner. Shot showing up on my scanner there. What's going on with the safety shot? Oh, man, that was a nice short. Remember, I think we were talking about that one. That thing is back down.
Sorry, Mitch. Just give me one sec here.
What the heck happened to this one yesterday? I'm looking at WeBuy here, and I'm just looking at the chart, and I'm like, was this thing really at $13 yesterday?
Yeah, so I covered that. I covered that this morning. That's a Singapore stock. It's obviously there are games being played with that. Looked like it was bouncing this morning, but really just kind of be careful. That feels as scammy as it gets, to be honest.
Yeah, dude. It's one of those that I see the chart, and I'm like, yeah, stay the hell away from this, Mitch. You know better than that. All right, so looking at this kind of SOXL. Let's take a look to see if we're going to get some of this SOXL action. Starbucks making a quick little move there. The Q's staying strong. NVIDIA, man. That's going to be frustrating, guys. Sometimes you miss it, man. It already made a pretty big rip. So this just goes to show me that, hey, sometimes you got to be on top of the stocks that you want to trade. It's already gave
MLGO halted to the upside, Mitch.
It already gave
7 cents from VWAP and halted.
Whew. Oh man, I want NVIDIA, but now to come after it like 4 points higher, it's just like I'm just chasing here. I hate chasing. I'm gonna need it to come back all the way to like 457 if I want to play that. You can look at maybe AMD or Intel, and those are already taken off. Intel hasn't yet.
Let me get my screens arranged here. Those morning meetings, man, they really mess with me, Mitch. They mess with me.
How it is. It's hard. It's hard to just come out of that and then be ready to trade.
SVFD took out those pre-market highs. Looks like this is going to try to go higher here. SVFD. Bring that up here and trade the pool. BNED also looks like this. Barnes & Noble Education. You got to be kidding me. But all right, that's trading up here a little bit.
See utilities down, healthcare down, financials.
There it goes, SVFD. Wow, big move. $555 is your halt spot on SVFD. And halted. Nope, not yet. That was MLGO. My bad. Halted. SVFD. Okay, 555.
There you go. Can Sarah get through 5 here? Looking at it.
I've got the VWAP at 506 in my broker. That would be a spot there for Sarah. High print of the day, 509. It's a high print of the regular market.
Okay. There it goes through 508 on the offer now. See if I can get like 490s to show up, or 490 something on the offer here. I'm going to try to grade a little bit here on a pullback to see if I get a fill on Sarah. Also like Intel here, but I think that the Qs are going to take a little bit of a pause here. I have to look for some kind of pullback to see if I can get that here. Meta's been taking off, guys, so I will point to that stock as being a pretty strong stock on the day. Airbnb ripping too.
WBuy might be trying to bounce here, but Alt looking like that's trying to go higher here. Alt had a pre-market high of 780, currently at 714. So decent range there on Alt. I'm sorry, I'm flipping through these on Pro here, Mitch.
No, just a little frustrated there. I was like 1 penny away from getting filled there, and I didn't get the fill, and Sarah's already there to like 515.
So you got Zunated.
Pretty much.
You got Zunated. Okay.
I don't know if that makes me feel good, but
well, I mean, definitely not, but it's at least we'll call it what it is.
I just feel so bad. I just using, Zunaid's name in negative. There's the pullback. It's giving me the chance. Oh, it was quick. I had my hand literally clicked. All I needed to do was let go.
All continuing to pop here.
The spread's a little
wide. What is the chat? What is the chat on here? It's like you guys are all looking at about the same thing. About the same thing.
SMTC, interesting stock that's moving today.
MLGO resumed, going higher through the VWAP here on MLGO.
Kind of like this one.
Which one?
SMTC. I'm going to take the
SMTC.
shot. I don't know too much about it, but I'm just going to be quick and try to react here. It's a VWAP bounce type of play. The VWAP was actually towards 19, but it was a real quick move to 19. So I grabbed a little bit there. Just long like 100 shares, looking for it to get back up towards 1980s, because I think it could, if it gets back there, it could take 20. And so that's a nice, like, almost 70 cents on the upside. So let's see if we can get that to just break out towards the 1980s and 20. It's 1955s already.
MLGO halted again. Good call, Rick. SMTC, that's going to be a semiconductor stock, Mitch. So that's going to move with some of those other semis.
I like that. Look at the first move already. Looking good here to give it the chance for the 20 breakout. If we get a nice little breakout here towards like 20 or 1990s, I'm going to take half off and then leave the remainder for a nice little run. MLGO halted again. Is that another upside?
Yep.
Woo-hoo. All right.
So oh, no, this one is a downside. Excuse me. Big knife and pull to the halt to the downside. It is the second halt, but this second halt was a halt to the downside. Sarah at the VWAP at 505, by the way, Mitch. I have a high print on Sarah of 518. That might go here.
Spread got hard on that one, though. I will say that. It got to the point where I started avoiding it because of the spread.
5-cent spread at the moment.
Yeah, I saw it go like 20 cents, Ryan, and that scared the living hell out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
Close here to break out on
Try some here at
this SMTC. I'm just looking for it to break here, and then I got a sell order in the 20. See if I can get this to just push into the 20s here.
All right, filled on Sarah here at 505. So we'll see. 300 shares long, 505. We'll see.
I'll put you up, my friend, since that's a faster move. All right, MDB, big bounce. That's actually one that I'd put on the radar, Elon. That's not a bad one. The earnings weren't bad. I'm sure Jay would also say that the earnings weren't bad. I know Jay's a good kind of reader, especially on earnings. So I don't know, maybe Jay will drop in some comments there, but really wasn't the worst report.
An MDB, Mongo database?
Yeah, it just got killed on it, but the report really wasn't the worst.
SVFD. Wow, this is going to halt again, probably, isn't it? 7 prints now, SVFD.
692s I just saw. What a move there, man.
Yeah, nice job for all of you trading SVFD. That was great.
Good job, guys.
So who was it? Was that Nick? Nick, you were asking earlier for another big mover like MLGO from yesterday. Well, SVFD might fit that bill. It was a nice move. Looks like Parker's Thinkorswim custom indicators. I'm just gonna call you Parker because that's just too long of a handle here. Nice trade there. 492 entry out near 7. I'm guessing. That's not a bad way to start a morning.
Hey, enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. High flying squeeze names dropping. Affirm Carvana, says Marty. Hey, that's good mention. I mean, yeah, the momentum names slowing down a little bit in those, but we're seeing money go into other rotation, other names. I have American. Dude, I'm so pissed off on American. El Don, where you at, man? I know you understand my pain with this. I was holding these guys for 2 weeks for this move right here. This move right here into the gap. We're at 1393s. That's a frustrating one, guys. That's why the swings sometimes. Look at El Don. He's crying with me, man. Oh, man. That one was one that if I would have just held, it's not like I didn't close it for a green trade, so I can't be too upset. But sometimes you just need to set your plan and just let it work. This was a set it, forget it type of trade. Should just let it keep working. All right, going back here to SMTC. All right, going to cancel my limit sell for a second here just to try to give a little bit less pressure and focus on what's happening, because if it comes all the way back down, I don't want it to go back down towards 19. So I'm kind of giving it that last little chance to try to get going here. If not, I can always just get out on the pullback.
MLGO open and near the day lows here. We'll see if it snaps that and moves lower here. MLGO currently 13. That thing is wild. Yeah, Smoke Tuna, I'm noticing the same thing. Sarah has no gas. The spots bet, here we go. I mean, let's see. It really needs a lot more volume than this. The spot's not bad here, but it just doesn't have that juice that we're looking for some of these traders. And that's the problem. Let's see if we can get above 518 right here. Maybe we can take out the intraday high, but you're right, Tuna. No gas here.
Just get some gas X, man. Whatever you need. Haha. Charge point getting a little jump. AMD, we talked about that on pre-market prep. I talked about how AMD could probably outperform NVIDIA for the rest of the year, and it's actually doing pretty well today. I'm looking for some quick pullbacks in that opportunity, but not getting it.
CAUD, good call, Wiss. That's going up towards that pre-market high. 220, your spot on CAUD.
Soxel finally pulling back a little bit here. This I kind of like.
Here goes Sarah through that day high. Here we go. Yeah, I'm going to put a limit order here, 529. Let's see if that gets hit.
Q's pulling back significantly here. Let's see if it pulls back a little bit further. We got to be careful here.
All right. So scalp Sarah for 80 bucks there. Green on the screen. We'll see if this, I'm with you, Tuna. This is a decent move here. I just don't know if it's got the juice to keep going. Maybe it does. We'll see. Green on the screen early on. Let's go. And market dipping here across the board. NASDAQ SPY. Dow doing the best job holding up here. How's the IWM doing? CAUD, by the way, stopped at that 220 spot, Wiss. See if it can get through there.
Yeah, Qs are pulling back fast here, guys.
Yep.
That can give us opportunities for bigger pullbacks. So like NVIDIA back down to 457. I'd like to see that go to 457. That I can still grab 458, 457, somewhere in between there. So let's see a little bit more washout happen here, and then I can start grabbing some stocks. So I want to see the low here broken, this 2180s, go to 2175, and then look to see if Soxel just starts making a rampant move back through 22s. SMTC, I put a stop for about like 10 cents down. I'm looking for the breakout above 1980s to 20s, and I don't want to get rid of it right here. I could give myself like a $40 cushion here, but I think it could get that break. Here we go for that attempt. Let's see if we get it here. 1980s, slowing down a little bit. Let's see if we get that. I'm going to cancel out the sell order, try to get it through that 20, sell half, and keep the remainder. All right, let's see if we get that 20 pop. 1980s. 83 showing up. 87 on the offer.
IWM popping here.
Order out 1990s here to try to sell some at the top. Trying to sell some at 87s. It just pulled back there. I'm playing around a little bit with my ordering here, trying to get a nice fill. All right, guys, just took 85s. I took half there off at 85s. It gives me the ability to be break even on the rest and just look for this to break out. If it breaks out, I can just let it start working here with the remainder 50. And I probably will be up close to like a full point on the name. So I'm just going to let the remainder work here. Set a $2 stop and just let this work and can go look elsewhere. There's that breakdown towards the low of the day reversal for Soxel. So I kind of like this reversal action. I would like to let it come back a little bit here, 2195s. But it's reacting pretty fast here. Let's go looking at a different stock. I'm going to go look at Intel. Okay, that's
Sarah might be going higher here, but the spread came back there, Mitch. I'm just glad I got some green with that one. I agree with Tuna here. SVFD, this could really go higher.
Okay, looking to see if they're going to buy up off of this kind of 41 level. Intel starting to come back, but it's not in the green. And so I'm wondering if I should pick this one up or not. It's a little bit harder. AMD just bounced off the VWAP there. Meta bouncing off the VWAP. How's Google doing? Didn't even come back to the VWAP. Amazon looks interesting for me. Looking around, team. Looking around. INGN. Okay, Wiss. GM, gentlemen and ladies in the chat. What's going on with GM? Good day, or?
I think he's just saying good morning, dude.
Sometimes you get fooled, man. SMTC, we'll see if it gets to the 20s.
Here we go, SVFD. Let's see if it breaks that high. Breaking out of the sideways formation here. Let's see if it breaks that intraday high. I've got it at 711, I think. Let's get an exact 710. I beg your pardon. 710.
What is up with Save Foods?
And TGTX, Jay, you're absolutely right. Definitely still constructive. TGTX continuing, looking like it's got that look to go higher here. Love to see it snap 17.
Oh, MLGO rejected that 10 pretty significantly, or the kind of the 12 outlook. So it's still struggling, but it's trying to find some buyers here at the 1250s. It cut through the 12. Let's see if it recovers. But man, I think this maybe makes one more attempt to get to 15 and fails there. If it fails around that 15, I might try to get short on this name.
You know, looking at how the market has behaved recently, I kind of talked about this earlier. Hi, buddy. I might, if we continue to sell off and we get this, you know, move up in SQQQ, I might sell it and wait to try and rebuy it the next day, because we get this thing where where the market trades up in the pre-market and it just absolutely evaporates the price of SQQQ. And then as soon as the market opens, we trade back up again on volume.
Yeah. The airline
755 high, by the way, on SVFD. Holy smokes.
Airline's having a day, man. I'm going to be looking for a pullback in XRT. It just made a really nice move to the upside there. XRT looking interesting for me.
Lynn mentioning it, Nick Shaheen has an outlook here to watch SPY into Powell next week. If we hit and hold 460, could have a massive run to 550. That seems out of the cards for me. But as Lynn is mentioning here, Nick does have a really good track record, so we'll see. I'm going to stay in the bear. I'm going to take the other side of it, but that's just me.
All right, seeing some fast motion in Chewy to the upside.
Is that bouncing?
Yeah, it's bouncing pretty significantly there, about 3% up on the day. Just popped off of the VWAP there, 1720s. And Walgreens Boots Alliance also having a decent day.
So this is interesting on Chewy. Let me go full screen here on mine real quick. I got a daily chart in the upper right here. If you take a look at this, it looks like it's trying to bounce. Maybe it retraces part of that candle. That candle, that goes up to about 19. So decent range in here if Chewy can keep bouncing. Definitely something to watch.
Yeah, I like the way that the retail names are trading right now. So XRT and retail names are actually looking pretty good on the day. Your KSS, your Macy's, ASO, even Carvana is starting to come back. Doesn't look too bad on this pullback here, this XRT. Yeah, just kind of like VWAP bounced there around the 6630s. Doesn't look bad to start taking 6650s. How's Starbucks doing? Ooh, it actually pulled back here, giving an opportunity on Starbucks. I kind of like that opportunity on Starbucks.
Alt highs for whoever played that one through the VWAP. That was an absolute monster trade right there. 7 break. We're currently at 788. Be sure to pay yourself if you're in that one. MLGO curling, Mitch.
All right, I'm going to take a little bit of Starbucks here.
Okay.
So I'm long 50 shares of Starbucks. I want to add here, but I want to be careful with the 96.70 spot support.
I actually like this trade a lot, Mitch.
There it goes into the 97. So that's
Yeah,
actually
that
good
was a
action
good call.
first. Looking for a dip back into the 96.90s here to add. Still got that SMTC. I'm just letting that thing work, and it's holding in there, team. So we'll look to see if it gets back to 20. But these are the type of trades that I like to do. Take that first reward, and then just let the market work for me, right? What do I mean by that? Is just literally hands off, right? Too many times I see traders, what do? They're watching every single tick and stressing about it. When a lot of times I feel the best trades that I've ever done have been objective. I've gotten in. I've stuck to my levels, and it's just gone into my favor. That's just the truth of the game. Look what's having a decent day today. SPWR. So when solar stocks make a move, you already know that you're seeing some momentum in technology. All right, looking around, team, looking to see what else I can get into. MLGO.
Trouble is the answer there, Mitch. Trouble is what you can get into.
Always. There's always trouble out there. JetBlue is having a decent day, man. The airlines. I'm a little bit messed up. A little bit annoyed that I didn't nail that trade. That was a good trade there. Sarah just kind of came back above 50s, fives, now starting to struggle at the fives. So just be careful out there.
Yeah, that's why I was all about taking gains early on that move, Mitch, especially with that spread. At least we were able to hook something. Alt continuing higher here. It looks like an 820 bust on deck here for Alt, ticker ALT. INGN. This is what WIS took a starter on, right, WIS? INGN looking for a break out of this sideways move, maybe through 650 there.
All right, Starbucks just moving there with only the 50 shares. It's okay if I don't get the extra ad. I'll just let this continue to work. XRT looking great too. So there's a reason why I went with Starbucks, but XRT is still looking good. Chewy's still looking good. KSS getting a nice little lift. Macy's. VSCO, baby. Victoria's Secret. Who's doing their Christmas shopping there? Target with a nice move, man. I know people don't like Target, but man, we might need to start paying attention to it.
I think Jay's been paying attention to that, right? Jay, weren't you talking about the gap between Walmart and Target like 5 minutes ago? Yeah, right here. That gap between Target and Walmart was once about 60, 65 bucks, now only 20. So that gap getting closed down here.
All right, guys, interesting play right now. I'm looking at a reversal play for DG. So the reversal level is off the 134. If I can get below 134.50s here, I don't mind taking the shot. Well, I'm getting the opportunity right now. See if I can get it right there. Boom. All right, so just took a little bit there, 134.40s. Going to 134 right now. Below 134s, I can maybe add a little bit here, but I'm just kind of holding in the original shares that I have there, 30. What do I got here? 134.40s. Okay. There's a little crack of the 134s, but I feel like we're going to get that nice little recovery look in just a second here. So I'm going to add when we get back above 134, but a set of risk of 33 right now. We got 3 trades on, guys. Smash the like. Rivian broke VWAP. How's Rivian doing today? It was so strong yesterday. All right, just got hit on that pullback for DG. It could still come back through 34. Lost about $30 there. Made some, lost some today. Down $8.
BNED here, maybe through 142. That actually could pop on BNED. Watching it kind of here. I got it on my pro here, Mitch. Watching this kind of wick here, 142, 148, your day high. We'll see if we can pop that challenge 150. 142 the spot here, though. Currently at 141. BNED, this might go here. All dips this morning have been bought. We're trading above VWAP, so looking decent here, BNED.
Q's still pulling back there.
The blind trader, good morning, my man. How you doing? Long time no see.
Boeing pulling back pretty fast. Boeing's been hot lately.
SVFD, maybe another chance here, SVFD. SVFD, this curl is interesting here. We didn't come all the way back into the VWAP. That's what's giving me some hesitation here.
All right, just added there on Starbucks there, guys. So now up towards 96.98, but going to hold break even on that. So trying to tighten down on the risk and let it try to get going here. SMTC pulled back. Now it went through that 20, got all the way up to 2040. So that just goes to show you that, hey, maybe I could have stuck in that, but now is on the pullback.
BNED taking out that 142 here on BNED. Looked like it popped as high as 140. This is definitely looking like it's trying to go higher here.
Let's just leave it on break even.
EYPT appeared on my scanner there for a brief moment and then disappeared. Let's check in on EYPT.
There's Starbucks starting to get going. That looks good.
EYPT, this might be decent. More data due on EYPT in February, by the way. So if you think that there's another move here in EYPT based on this treatment, February is the next time that we're supposed to get some data. Might be late February. I'd have to check with Zoltan. Market curling here, trying to move back towards the highs.
Nike starting to turn around. That actually looks like an interesting chart right now. It's starting to push. So retail not looking too bad right now. How's the Crocs doing today?
SVFD, that curl evaporated. That might be going lower here. SVFD.
I mean, that thing's up what? How much? Hundreds of percent. And what do you see on the daily? A repeated trend of spikes that never hold. I think you might get one more attempt to 7 on that one. So I'll look for that a little bit later in the day.
On SVFD?
Maybe go short. Yeah. SMTC, nice push there, guys. Back into the 20s there at least.
Let's go, Mitch.
That one hasn't been too bad. Let's see if Starbucks really takes off. MLGO struggling here, guys. It could break 12 and start to really break here.
CVSA halted to the upside. That popped. Wow. So they announced an offering, moved lower, and are now bouncing. Interesting.
Sometimes it is interesting, guys. I have this CHSN getting a nice little pop. I don't know this one, so.
Welcome back, 13. INOD, yeah, rocketing. I mean, I would say it's popping, not necessarily rocketing. I'd like to see that move above 8 and 9 maybe for rocketing.
The spread's too wide on this one. I can't go after it. CHSN, the spread's like 40. VTGN. What's up with this one, guys?
Actually, Vistagen, that looks like it's curling too. VWAP at 496 on Vistagen.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad to hold yesterday's close of 480. Vista. The key is the volumes died out on this one.
Dan Ives is on CNBC. It looks like he got the dates mixed up and thinks it's Easter. He's wearing a pastel yellow blazer and a pastel pink shirt. I'm not even going to say it looks bad. It's just, it seems out of place for Christmas. If he wore this around Easter, I'd be like, all right, my dude's got style for Easter.
Out of Starbucks, guys. Out of Starbucks there. Pretty much no loss there, but didn't want to let it get through too much on the downside there, so had to stop place. It was like stop and go. Are you going to go? I didn't even want to get going there. These smaller names is just not moving as much. What are you guys taking a look at out there, team? What do you guys have?
I don't have a whole lot here, Mitch. I'm kind of flipping through. By the way, we talked about Sarah earlier not having the gas. We got that one push above the VWAP that immediately got sold. Smoke Tuna with a really good early call there. Just no gas in Sarah. Alt and SVFD, those are the ones that really kind of gave us the move. Even MLGO breaking down from yesterday. BNED looked like it had a good setup, but really isn't taking off. Again, kind of a situation here where there's really just no gas in it. VKTX, this is Viking. This had a decent move here. Maybe trade back down to VWAP. Maybe we take this VWAP back. AAMC is another one. Someone here mentioned that in the chat.
All right, looking for a quick pullback towards like 610 here on save, and it just popped and dropped there. Went to 662 really quickly. This is one though that's going to be interesting to watch. This save.
Save Foods, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm keeping an eye on it.
Good morning, Easy Mike. Where is Crow? I haven't seen. I feel like I haven't seen Crow in a few days.
INGN moving back here. This one.
Oh my God, SVFD did pop. That curled and popped. Wow, you were right, Mitch. That might be a move back to 7.
Yeah, I kind of missed it there.
ZVSA is open.
I was about to take a shot on it, even just to the long, sell it on the rip, and then look for the short, like the flip. But also taking a look at INGN, but I don't see a repeated pattern of rips to the upside on that one. But the volume's not the worst, and it's right underneath 6. How's the Qs taking off there, guys?
Yep, they're curling here. Whole market. SPY 2.
Stock sell was a nice play today if you were able to nail that one. NVIDIA. Come back to 457, Mitch. We could buy it. That's if you're paying attention. Holy crap, man. I could have bought that at 456.90s, took 10 cents risk and already be up $6-7. Sometimes I just don't listen to myself, guys. I literally said Nvidia was a stock to watch today. Just not taking the trade. That's frustrating, guys. 457 would have been an amazing play there. Just wasn't watching it here at 10:05. That's a little frustrating. It could be, I mean, I'm out of office, so I don't have like the alerts set there to let me know. But man, that was such an opportunity there. Oh, that's frustrating, dude. Especially yesterday because I gave up money to Nvidia. I was trying to get that money back. I could have by just playing that 457 pullback area. That's a little frustrating there, man. Not playing the names that I should be playing today.
Yeah.
But hey, that's how it goes sometimes.
Yep.
Especially, you know, that's why I try to give an outlook in the morning to try to stick to those names, but not doing that. VRTX. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's VKTX, I thought. Viking?
No, actually VRTX. Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's VKTX.
Yeah, you got it.
I was gonna say, well, because it says Viking, your watermark says Viking, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's VKTX.
That's my boy. That's
no
my
R
boy
in Viking.
now. I probably put the wrong stock above me, but I had the right stock in front of me. This 18 pullback seems interesting.
INGN, little pop to the VWAP here, Wiss. That was on a volume stick too.
It's already bouncing off that 18. IMGN back above 6. There's SVFD back towards like 606, 610 here. Is it going to make that run?
Looking around, TGTX still doing well.
All right, guys, I'm taking a little bit of a shot on SVFD to the long side. So I just got it underneath 6 there. I got 602 fill. Let's see if I can get another fill here.
Really, it needs to hold what, 580?
Yeah. Taking another 100 there. There's 610 on the offer now.
Elon mentioning Rivian uptrending. How were those EVs this morning? Oh, okay. So that first move was down. Looks like maybe it's going to retrace that. How does some of the other ones look? Neo's down on the day.
All right. Let's see if SVFD wants to reward me on the day. Save some food money. FSR. Okay. Yo, somebody make some good money in FSR and get me an Ocean. That thing's pretty nice. I want to drive one of those things. It's a good EV. I like the design. Only question is, can the company survive? I was late to the party and saved today. Will it come back up? MLGO back to 10, man. That's why I think, you know, sometimes we also got to be looking at getting in pre-market on certain stocks, trying to take that action. SMTC starting to struggle a little bit, so I'm going to raise my stop loss up there to 1980s. Just don't want to give up some of the profits that I have there, but give it the ability to continue working on the day.
That's nice there.
SVFD starting
That's
to
nice
move.
there on SMTC, Mitch. That looks like that's trying to push higher too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work that one. That could get me in the green already on the day. Should get a pop here in SVFD. It's not doing it.
Yeah, 13. I was just mentioning that the next data that's February, right? February. So you're going to start reloading now for that. Okay, interesting. Getting more stuff on the scanner here.
Ticking time bomb.
Chewy continuing to trade up here. 18's on deck.
Chewy. What about their team? That's 1019. 1019, right? Yeah, 1019. We do got an interview for you guys coming up next. Believe it or not, guys, guess who's gonna kill it here from downtown Detroit with the interview coming up next?
Mitch's. Are you gonna do it from the blue room, or are you gonna go to the main stage there?
No, I'm just gonna stay here because if I go over there and it's just gonna be too much, I'm gonna host it right here, guys. So I might hop for you guys for like just 5 minutes just to review my questions right quick. But other than that, guys, stay right here. We got a lot for you guys. We're gonna be talking some lithium. So if you like lithium, you want to talk about some batteries, stick around, guys. We got a great interview for you guys coming up next, of course, on All Access. Got to keep the money going, baby. Looking good. Someone wise, I'm sure, said it. I don't know who the first one that said it, but, dress for the job that you want to get to, not the one that you're at right now. So as you guys can see, money, baby.
I love it.
Got to do it. Got to do it right, man.
No, Elon, I'm still in Chicago. I was not able to make it.
Here's the push, guys. Starting to get that push in SVFD. All right, guys. At this point, I'm not going to let it go through 6. I just want it to pop, pop, pop. You see how it comes right back to 6 there? That's where I got to be quick on the trigger if I need to get out. Should get some buying to step up through 635s. And then 650 is going to be very important to see volume all of a sudden jump. The volume's struggling here. Come on, save.
Alt going for new highs here. See if it pops through it. Take care of yourself, Judge.
Just got out at 611, said somebody in the chat.
Jay Summers.
Looking at this, what's going to happen here? We're going to pop above the 620s here. 617 on the offer. What you got for me, Save? 618. There's a little pop. Come on. Get going. It doesn't want to, guys. Where's the wall? The wall's at 25, what I can see.
ALT through the high there to 850. 854 new high now. Wow.
ALT.
A little bit of a pull there.
All right, this is the go or no go move. Let's see what happens here. Can it go? Can it go? We'll see what happens. SVFD, taking my eyes off the market here because I'm just focused on this, guys, but it's an interesting day at least. We did get early tech moves, and we'll look for the continued tech rally. Here's 1619s. It's struggling, the 620s there. There's 620. There's the 625s. It's very important to see if we can get through it. There, we're through it now. All right, guys, I'm going to take 100 off there just to pay myself so that I can watch this action here in the 640s and not feel like the emotions get too much of me here. So with that being said, setting the stop right below my entry here. If it comes back and gets me out on the rest, well, it's still a green trade. This gives it a chance to go to either breakout mode or I just get out of the trade. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can really get this to breakout mode. And we're already getting a nice little lift there, starting to push. Don't want it back through this trend line here. I'm going to make it a little bit thicker so that you guys can see that. 660s, this area is really the important area if we're going to get a big breakout to see if we can get through it. So you see how we've struggled in this area before. Let's see if we can get through that 650s, 660s. Then 7 can come really quickly. All right, looking for the 650s to show up here. 640s have been tapping. There's an offer there at the 650s. DG just popped. Yeah, not bad. Definitely starting to come off the bottom there. Maybe I was a little early. Why I rarely day trade too emotional and stuck to screen like an air traffic controller. Yeah, that's the business of being a day trader, Jay. I mean, you guys know me. I do that start swing trade show. There's a reason why. A lot of the times it takes a lot of the stress. This is more stressful trading to me. Yes, I could probably make more, but the truth is I could also kind of like get a stressful environment here. And I think that you got to find what works for you, right? Whether it be day trading or swing trading or maybe even just investing, you got to find what works. Might get stopped out here on the decline here. It's trying to do what's called a throwback look, hold the trend line here, but boom, right there, get cut through. And it could recover 6, but I'm not going to be there for it to crack 580s and all of a sudden it's $5, right? So I took some profits, at least put myself back in the green, was looking for the big rip, just didn't get it there. Could have sold some more, maybe at like, let's say the 650s, did get to 644s, but I was looking for the 7 push. Now it could fail this 580 support and it could really break down there. So this is where I'd kind of keep an eye on it both ways. But if I stay right here, I'm kind of in the middle. I feel like a little bit like I'm a pig. If it doesn't get back to 640s, it's going to struggle and could break through the 580s. We'll see what happens here. I could have got out and then all of a sudden it rips too. But I'll tell you one thing. I always like to not lose much if I already gained, right? So like I gained like close to 26, 30 bucks there. I don't want to lose that money. Back into 610s here. We'll see if it makes the move. SMTC, what is this one doing? Pulling back a little bit. Might get me out at that 1980s, but just letting it work for right now. ALT, you talked about that one. That's up to 850 now.
The ALT has been a great mover all day here. I didn't trade that one, unfortunately, but that's been a great mover.
Eh.
Watch WRAP, ticker WRAP, WRAP, on a potential move through the view app here, 325. A little bit spread on this one. What's the float like on this? Oh, 32 million. Yeah, that's fine. How's AI doing, Lynn and Randy? So it looks trying to not break down any further. Really trying to. I know it took a move down here on earnings, but decent job curling up here. I'd like to see this not continue to break down, frankly. Still don't trust it though. CHSN maybe moving towards 7. This is actually doing a decent job holding up here as well. Market is just going higher here. SPY and NASDAQ moving higher here. Futures popping as well on SPY.
All right, I'm going to go check on my questions right quick. I'll be right back.
I got you, Mitch. Don't worry about that.
Switch this up a little bit here. Boom. Let's do Pro there, and you can go full screen if you need trade the pool.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. This is EYPT. This is I want this to come in 13. I want EYP to get, I feel like buying it in the 7s the first time. I have trouble rebuying it here in the 20s. That's a me issue though. Market continuing to go higher here. Let's check some other stocks that we were trading here. G-Bio. Oh, we traded this one the other day. This was 173. Should have just swung this one. Hard to hold these overnight. G-Bio is a nice steady climb though. UIL, that's the natural get. That popped here. How's Chewy doing on that bounce? And Chewy, this would have been the one to take. Yikes. That would have been an easier trade too. SVFD looking like this might be trying to go higher here. I don't know if Mitch is out of that. I can't remember. We'll ask him when he comes back. SVFD looking like this trading up. This is what I'm looking at here. SVFD looking like it really wants to kind of come out here. I'd like to see this MACD histogram cross to the upside. SVFD 630 your spot there if it can get there. Oh, are we getting that run up into AVGO 13? Let's take a look at that here real fast. It'll be interesting to see what Avago reports here. Let's see. Ooh, look at any. What do we have here? Yesterday's intraday high 185. And you were mentioning MLGO. We can check on that. Ooh, nice little pop here for MLGO up the bottom. Here we go. SVFD going up towards that. I'm telling you, that 630 right there, that 630 spot is going to be it. Looks like they took some of the size down there. SVFD, this might be going higher here. LILM going higher. Rigetti. Oh man, Rigetti, this got smoked. What happened on Rigetti here? Because this is when we were trading it last time. This run up. Really kind of come back in. Bummer. Smoke Tuna saying SVFD is holding. It could reach 665. It did take out 630 here. SVFD, this looks like it's going higher here. Let's see if it breaks this. Got this at 650. SVFD. SVFD. Nice little pop there. 670 on SVFD. God, I hope Mitch hit that. I hope those questions aren't too much for him.
No, I don't got it anymore, man.
Oh.
I wanted this pop to 7, and now, to tell you the truth,
look at the pull. Look at the pull we just got.
I wanted to go short it.
You got to be fast with these.
I wanted to go short. I wanted to go freaking short. What the? Like, this is the problem of like trying to talk about it, but let me see if I get 660 on the pop here. I wanted to get short this 660. Man, that was quick.
I told you.
That's a little frustrating. I wanted to get short that. I'm going to put the order out there, but I don't think I'm going to even get touched. My idea was let it get to 7. It rejects that and then short it. That's what I said earlier. I wanted to drive it long towards this pop, sell it, and then flip. But I might not even get a chance to get that fill now. Man, that was quick. I should just hit the market short there. That's when I could hit the market on that one. Because a couple pennies isn't going to make a difference for me.
That's what I feel like with some of those. Make sure you get entry.
That's a little frustrating, guys. And the key there is I didn't want to get short without like at least talking a little bit about it. But I should have just got it and then looked for it.
So you had a limit, or oh no, you just put that out there. Okay.
Yeah, man. It was like right there. I saw it 680s. Like I heard you talking in the background. I'm here like looking at the questions and focusing on that. But at the same time, like, man, I want to short this when it gets to 7. It gets up there to 694s and then just fails. Let's see if I can get a pop back to 660s in this space and then rejects. Let's get the market ready. I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity. Like a little part of me wants to jump on it right now, but then I'm really just asking for it. I can't chase when I short. That's one thing I just don't like doing at all.
Yeah, me either. MGLO halted. Let's see which side did this get halted to.
Trying to get the fill up there. I just got to look down, right? And then it'll fill.
Just look at something else. Pay attention to something else. MLGO halted to the downside, 970 here. That looking like that's coming back in.
All right, it might get the fill, guys. I should have got the fill there. Come on. There it is. All right, guys.
Come back down. I want this to work for you so bad, Mitch. Oh no.
It's okay. It's okay. Just can't get over 7. I like that outlook right there. That's a trap. All right, I'm going for it, team. 100 shares now. There it is. Let's go. Let's just crush 6. I'm watching it, team. Back through 7. I got to get out. I'm going to take a shot here.
I'm watching this, Mitch. I love this.
This is that literally the hardest style trade there is. But I'm willing to take the shot there.
I just want one of those big pulls. Just pull down to 6. That's what I hear. Oh, come on.
Come on.
Just pull down to 6 for my man, Mitch.
Hey, save some food for me today. Let's see what happens here. It's trying to reload at 650 here. Let's see if someone's willing to load it. If not, you could see a sell bar. Dun, dun, dun. I have 56 as my entry. It's looking good. Just needs to then come back to 6. And then at 6, we want to see it just give up.
EYPT new HOD. Nice job, 13. You just been buying and buying.
The battle's on, man. The battle's on. Watch, I'm going to set up here a 6 add stop. So if it goes back through 6, I'll be adding another 50 shares. But I'll be deep in the green there. Woo! You know the trade is a fast one when the hands get clammy. Let's see what happens here, team.
Come on, big pull. That's what I want. Big pull.
All right, I took the profits in SMTC. Okay, let's go.
Mitch, that looks like that wants to crack. Come on.
Now it wants to slow up, right? I told you. Hold on. Let me look away. 2 seconds. That's how it is sometimes, team. All right, guys, we'll stick around, guys. At 11, of course, we'll get to All Access. I will be interviewing Dragonfly Energy. Interesting, right? I'm sure that some of you will be interested in hearing some lithium battery talk as we get into that action. That's coming up next. Of course, in the renewables sector and industry, you don't want to miss that. We'll talk all about it. You can learn what Dragonfly does, why lithium iron phosphate battery is superior to lead acid. Of course, we'll talk to all about that, get into the expertise on why they have an advantage in this space. We'll get into that action. That's coming up at 11.
Should be a good one, Mitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Scared money don't make no money, baby. I'm with it. I'm with it, Market Sniper. Yeah. Denis Phares will be joining me, CEO of Dragonfly Energy. So it trades on the NASDAQ, just to give you guys the ticker. That's DFLI. So.
What time are you starting that, Mitch? Are we dropping a little early for that one?
You starting up, but okay. we'll wrap up like at 10:58.
Okay.
Right before that. I'm looking for it here. I'm looking for the crack back down. I'm in the green here, so I gotta just keep a close eye on it. At this point, like it should have cracked, right? Because like a lot of times, how does it crack? It's a quick one, right? It's like a quick sweep move. So I really shouldn't see it go back, let's say 675s. So I can limit down my risk now. Seeing some wicks there on the bottom. Some buying stepping up here at 650s. Let's see if they just get washed on.
I don't have anything else new going on right now.
Ooh, this 650 is being pesky, but it's struggling. And the more it struggles there, the more we could get this quick sweep down.
And like Jay was saying, if you can stay in those low float gappers, normally the volume dries up and they die. And he gives an example there. VVOS was 40 a week ago, 16 today. You never get the big pull when you're looking for it. You always get the big pull when you're looking for a move higher.
You know how it goes, man.
That's how it goes, Mitch. That's just part of the game, I'm afraid.
That's trading, baby.
VFS was 90.
Yeah, this is why I'm always talking about having multiple variables, looking at stories, looking at opportunities in the long run, because at the end of the day, we need to know those opportunities. And a lot of times that's going to take research. There's the kind of move that we're looking for, Ryan. The first action starting up here.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident, but I'm not going to add just here because I've been break even on the day, right? So I'm already in decent position right now. I just got to let the stock work, not me work. Me work means I'm adding size or cutting size. No, just let the market do its thing right now.
Born, and we love you, man. We love you. You are part of the great group. Really appreciate the kind words.
Yeah, I talk it all the time. I was talking about it this morning with the Trade the Pool guys. This is the community that I really truly feel is a supporting trading community.
Yep.
Something that is, and I'll say it, unheard of in the space. You guys can find me anywhere else that is as supporting as our stream. And I'd even want to join that community because I haven't found it. So,
and before 13 answers, the happy hour doesn't count. There's a lot of overlap in these communities.
Yeah, no, but the happy hour is essentially a lot of, we get some of those guys right here, right?
Yep.
And I think that that's the important thing. And when you surround yourself with learning abilities, and you surround yourself with people that are really trying to learn and push their skills, that's what's going to find that good area of growth where you can actually bend that learning curve. This 650, man, they're battling trying to get it through that 650, but they can't do so far. I think we could maybe do one more attempt through this 659, but if it doesn't go through that, then we could break the support for the rule of three breakdown back to 6.
It's compressing here. It's going to go one direction or another. Really, the question is going to be which direction.
Nope.
It is for sure going to break out of this. It's compressing. It's coming.
All right.
Well, there's some size there at 652. I gotta stop yawning.
Lost you for a second there.
Me?
No, me. My internet was a little unstable there.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry. I'll tell everybody else in the office to get off the internet. There you go. I'm back.
Yeah. No, 13. It is. I probably just need more.
All right. Ryan, I'm going to take a quick second here and I'll be right back.
I got you.
Less than 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I got you, dude. I got you. All right. Mitch dropping. Oh, you know what?
Put your pro charts back up.
Yeah. I think it refreshed and dropped that. So here we go. Boom. Boom. Things slowing down here. EAPL. No. Don't really like that all that much. Wrap ended up not really doing anything. Man, W buy, no bounce in W buy. Just they tried it in the pre-market, but no bounce. That thing lows here, 189. Are you talking to the landscapers? Is that what you're doing? Talking to the landscapers. A lot of stuff looks like it's kind of rolling over here, but not moving with a lot of volume. Yeah, smoke tuna. That's kind of what I was saying earlier here on W buy. Better off staying away from it. Really don't see much of anything here. Really slowed down. Really slowed down. ALT, that'd have been a stock to hit. Hi, Kat. What are you doing? This can't be good. Hi. SVFD. So did Mitch close that? Here we go with another wild candle. Let me see. Does Mitch have his thing up here? Let me see. Yeah, he's in it still, right? Yes, he is in it. Short at 656. Here we go. And it's pulling and he's not there. Oh, Mitch. Come on, pull. Pull. EJ, hey Ryan, I got a swinging on going from 69. Debating myself on taking partial here though. Well, I cannot advise what you should do. I think I'd like to know what your trade plan is first, but let's take a look at it and see if we can identify some levels, shall we? So first of all, the one thing that I'm seeing right here is you just entered this gap at 73. This gap fills at what? 82. I mean, if you want to pay yourself and take partial, I'm never going to be against that, right? Paying yourself and making sure you book some of the gains, never gonna go against that. But this gap here, we're in this gap. Maybe this trades up a little bit more. I definitely want to have some exposure for a potential gap fill here on ticker ON. But I guess a lot of this depends on what you think about the broader market or the semiconductors in general. I don't know what you have for that. Yeah, Mitch is not here, folks. Hopefully this stays down. Ooh, GTHX. What's this doing? Here, let me go back. See if hopefully Mitch comes back here pretty soon. GTHX. This one, nice little move here. Slower grinder, missed this at the beginning here, but maybe we get that. No, easy Mike. We're not still long save. That was a decent one though. That was a decent trade. It was made a little bit difficult by the second leg down that it took. But man, this bounce here, 8 to 16. I mean, that was almost a double in just a week or two. Lilium. Yeah, I've been checking Lilium today. Lilium. This has been kind of a slow grinder here, Tuna, but this is working out decent here. Taking a gamble on bets. I see what you did there, Wiss. I see what you did there, gambling on bets. You clever dog, you. So you like Lilium for the long-term play. Okay. What is that? Lufthansa on a strategic partnership. That's your print here from today. That's not bad. What is the long-term thesis there in Lilium? Love to hear about that. I'm not familiar with.
All right, team. How we doing?
Well, Mitch, you tell us, man. We're waiting on your short here. How's this going, dude?
It ain't looking bad, right? It ain't looking bad.
All you had to do was step away from the screen, Mitch. That's all you had to do. Bang. Trade in your favor now.
Boom. Just triggered that stop ad. Now you see our stop come down, right? Our average it came down some. We're at 638, but we're up a pretty good amount. Now the big level to watch has been the support that you've been seeing for a while now. What is that level? That's this kind of 580 area. If we can give up that area, if we can give up this area here, we're going to be really looking good to crack down, maybe potentially to 5. So that's where I'm going to be trying to take this down to. Of course, you guys can keep up with all of this on Start Swing Trade, but I don't think we've said it enough today. Let's, of course, mention Trade the Pool and giving me the ability to come after a trade like this, right? If you guys want access to more than 12,000 stocks in ETF, not worrying so much about the borrows and all those kind of conversations, but just strictly trying to maybe short some of these penny stocks. Check it out, team. Interesting trade here today on Save Food. And like always, we're going to keep battling right here on live trading. We're going to go ahead and switch up a little bit earlier. We'll wrap it up here. Any last conversation you want to give, Ryan, on your stock trading action today before we wrap up the day?
Yeah, we got a little green on the screen there early, which is good. I'm participating a little bit. Still working on the TGTX swing, which I'm really encouraged with. A lot of construction, to use Jay's word there. But as far as the broader market goes, here's what I'm really looking at. We talk about this every single day. We're currently working on an inside day here for SPY. I certainly thought that the market would probably roll over a little bit more. We've really just been chopping back and forth here. So what I want to do is I want to see where this closes. Hopefully it closes somewhere near the low. And then kind of reassess. I still think we need a pullback here in SPY. I don't think it's going to be a catastrophic one, but that's kind of what I'm waiting for. So I'm looking for the signs that tell us that we're going to come back in.
Awesome. Always good to see it. And I wish you the best on the swing life. You know, I'm all about it. And I'll catch up with you a little later today. And we'll see what happens in the swing trade, right? Did Save go into the green? Where do you find out? On Start Swing Trade, of course. So you got to check me out at 3:30 p.m. Eastern later today. I want to see you guys there, of course. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and switch over to All Access in just a second. Like always, team, this is where we start getting into the opportunities. You guys know I used to even call myself the story investor. Why? Because I think that stories are so important to find out, right? And I'm a big thematic investor type of guy, right? And so the number one thing with that, right, we're looking towards technology advancement, right? Well, we got a great story on a technology advancement right now for you guys. Let's kick off All Access today. Of course, we got Dragonfly Energy. Denis Phares, CEO of Dragonfly Energy. It's good to have you on today.
It's great to be here, Mitch.
Yeah, as you can tell, one of the things that I'm all about is kind of the stories and thematic investing, staying up with technology, because I don't know about you, but I don't like to be the late one to know what technology advancements are going on, because it seems like, you know, that happens to a lot of people. By the time they find out, the opportunity's gone and they're looking around to invest. And by that time, it's too late.
I love your intro there, Mitch, because we are super proud of our story and we're very proud of our technology and just love talking about it.
Yeah, let's kick it off with a great understanding of what really Dragonfly does. So give me an overview.
Well, we're a technology company, and I think the interesting part about our story is we are a technology company that developed technology associated with manufacturing lithium-ion cells to make them cheaper, and even extending that to the development of solid-state chemistries to make them safer and non-flammable. But at the same time, we went to market with a brand of lithium iron phosphate deep cycle batteries that we called Battleborn batteries, and disrupted an industry in terms of the RV industry. And this is continuing to grow into other adjacent downstream markets. And so we're a unique technology company with strong technology, a strong intellectual property portfolio, and we also have revenue. So it's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, and as you guys see right above me, the NASDAQ ticker DFLI. If you guys want to take a look yourself, let's talk about some advantages, right? Why is lithium iron phosphate battery chemistry superior to a lead acid? And I want to know a little bit more about the patented cell manufacturing process that you guys have and why that gives you a competitive advantage.
Sure. Well, we do have a couple business units. So the first one, our core market, is the design and assembly of lithium iron phosphate battery packs specifically for replacing your lead acid deep cycle batteries. Lead acid batteries have been a pain point in a number of markets, the RV market, the marine market, even the stationary storage market. So when you replace that lead acid battery with our lithium iron phosphate alternative, it's 20% the weight. It lasts 10 times longer. The cost of ownership is cheaper. It just has so many benefits, and that's why we've gained so much traction. I mean, we sell to the most iconic brands in the RV space. Like if you buy an Airstream, you might find our batteries on that Airstream, on a Keystone, on a Tiffin, Midwest Automotive. So we are the market leader when it comes to deep cycle batteries for lithium in RVs, and we are starting to expand that with new market offerings. Now, the other business unit, the R&D, involves the onshoring of the manufacturing of the lithium cells themselves. And so the company actually started because we developed a streamlined, less expensive way to manufacture cells. This is huge because right now it's all done in Asia. I mean, lithium iron phosphate cells are really only available in China right now. And so the ability to deploy American technology on American soil gets us less reliant on China in terms of the supply chain. As we start to ramp up the infrastructure, the mining of lithium, the recycling of lithium, it's going to be a different century. We're going to be no longer reliant on basically foreign sources for our energy.
Yeah, I think it's very important. We've all seen the kind of adjustments in the fiscal policy that's leaning towards more things created here, right? And having a manufacturing process like that, definitely a competitive advantage. Let's talk about your all-electric APU and what advantages does this offer towards your traditional alternatives?
I'd love to. This is part of our core business. So as we continue to deploy the new technology for cell manufacturing, we're still expanding our core business of lithium iron phosphate, specifically for deep cycle storage. So all of the experience we have in RVing and developing system for RVers, we've been able to apply for long haul trucking. So basically, there's a number of reasons we are gaining some traction here. The first one is trucks need to idle in order to supply the driver with electricity for their air conditioners, for their CPAP machines, for their onboard appliances. That costs money. That costs money in diesel fuel. It costs money in wear and tear of the truck. So this is a direct ROI play. This is not for luxury. This is to actually save trucking fleets money. On top of that, there's a lot of regulatory tailwinds because idling is becoming less and less accepted, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
in order to comply with anti-idling regulations, you need this electric APU to allow you to allow the trucker to basically power his appliances without having to idle the truck.
Yeah, and when we hear mentions of emissions and what needs to be accomplished by, let's say, 2030 Well, this comes directly into play with that. And of course, a lot of this is going to be the partnerships that you guys are developing here. You recently just inked a deal with Coachman RV. Your batteries will be offered as a premium upgrade for their buyers. Tell us a little bit more about this deal and why is this such a nice move to deal with? And you just mentioned Airstream before, to be with the best.
Well, this is just another example of our continued gaining market traction, even in our core market. So this is another RVing company, and it's a we're working more with Forest River subsidiaries. We're trying to expand our footprint in Thor subsidiaries. So we continue to actually gain market traction, even in the RV space, which has experienced a pretty dramatic downturn over the last year. So the way we respond is obviously continuing to grow and prep for the recovery of this market, which we expect to begin over the next 12 months, while at the same time gaining new customers in other adjacent markets like the long haul trucking market, the stationary solar storage market. So it's just a continuation of the growth of our core business.
Yeah, one of the things just mentioned in the deal there is that it's kind of like an upgrade, right? And so are you guys working on trying to make this more the standard in these vehicles, in these RVs?
Oh yeah, always. I mean, we are standard in certain models, we're options in certain models, but the fact is this is becoming the new standard in RVs. So the day will come where you won't get an RV without some sort of lithium bank on board, because it completely changes how RVing is experienced by the end user. So, you don't have to plug in anymore. There are fewer and fewer locations to plug in as more and more RVs are being produced, and therefore you need to be able to sustain your lifestyle off grid, and that's why lithium is so important.
Yeah, I feel like we've gotten some recent kind of tailwinds in this industry. So, what regulatory changes do you think are still needed that could help spur the domestic battery market? And you made a mention earlier in your introduction about lithium fires. I think this is also interesting to address some of the concerns here and how that could also come in with regulatory changes.
Well, yeah, there's two issues there. First of all, there's the safety issue, and this is something that's so important to us because, as we're putting batteries on RVs, on boats, we want to ensure that it is the safest lithium pack you can possibly make, right? So we are very careful to comply with third-party listings. We're very careful to ensure that all of our battery packs can sustain abusive testing without causing a dangerous situation. So there's a lot of care that goes into our designs. And so it's really important to adhere to certain listings in order to make sure that you're selling a safe product. And a lot of these imported packs don't have to do that, right? Some people are just, they don't know what they're buying. So I think it's something that's very important in the long run. When we are deploying larger and larger systems in people's homes, in grid-tied buildings, that's where the non-flammability comes into play. Because if you've got a large bank, even if it's a safe bank and it doesn't start fires, you want to ensure that it doesn't contribute to fires if there is one. And that's what's going to enable the widespread deployment of storage in every grid-tied building. Now, in terms of regulatory tailwinds, I think what we're doing that is important, that is beginning to be recognized by the government, is the fact that we aren't running to China for our technology. We've developed the cell manufacturing technology here. You've got large automotive companies that are getting money from the government and going and partnering with Chinese companies. And this is beginning to be frowned upon. Obviously, it should be. So it's important that folks start to look at domestic technology to deploy here.
Now, this is a really interesting question when we get to the investment outlook, right? One of the things is always like the adoption of the technology, right? How fast will we get this adoption? And so I have a great question here. What portion of vehicles on the road in the US will be all electric in, let's say, 10 years down the line?
That's a good question, and I'm very opinionated on this matter because I think it is very, very aggressive to think that we're going to have a large fraction of our transportation fleet be all electric by 2030. I think we should move as fast as we can in that direction. Electric vehicles are great in terms of air pollution, but I do want to stress that those cars all have to plug into the grid. So it's important that we also ensure we've got a grid that can sustain all of that extra power. When you electrify transportation, all of that power gets transferred to the grid. So it's still coming from however the grid generates, however electricity is being generated for the grid. So if we are still dominated on burning fossil fuels to make electricity on the grid, you're kind of defeating the purpose there. So in order to bolster this extra power that needs to be generated, we want more renewable sources of energy, which means we want more batteries on the grid. That's our focus. We've been doing deep cycle storage forever. As we continue to grow, we're going to focus on deep cycle storage for the grid itself. But I do want to stress that the cell manufacturing process we've developed is chemistry agnostic. We can make EV batteries. We could make, consumer electronics batteries. Ultimately, you're limited by how much lithium you can get, how much access you can get to the upstream components. In terms of the downstream markets, if we make cells, we're going to sell them. There's no limitation to the need for storage. It's all a question of how much lithium can you get access to. So we are working and have been working on our supply chain, our relationship with mines like Ioneer, with recyclers like Aqua Metals or Redwood Materials. So it's something that we've really been focused on.
I think it's a great story to keep up with, because it's not only going to play into effect with your company, but plenty of companies in this industry. And, we can all look at them as competition, but the truth is there's a lot of tailwinds in this industry that are pushing the technology forward. And when you give me manufacturing processes, like you mentioned in our interview today, it definitely sounds like a story that I need to keep up with. So thank you for joining me today, Denis Phares, CEO of Dragonfly Energy. Of course, trades on the NASDAQ, guys, DFLI. Check it out, team. It's great to have you on Dragonfly Energy, and we'll bring you back, Denis.
Thank you, Mitch.
All right, guys, and that's what it's all about here on All Access. Like always, we're trying to get you guys to these next technologies so that you guys can be part of the early adopters. Like always, take a look at everything, look into the company, check out their presentations, learn about them. We uncovered the story. Now you got to go do the deep research to see if it's an investment opportunity that you're willing to take. Like always, Benzinga's All Access will be here to uncover these stories for you, and we'll keep doing it right here, of course, on Benzinga. Until next time, of course, you got Benzinga Live coming up next, so don't go anywhere. We always got a lot more for you guys right here, of course, on Benzinga. Let's wrap it up, and I'll see you next time.